Good afternoon / evening, everyone. It is the news roundup. We are here to bring you some live news coverage here on Agenda Free TV, and if you're watching on YouTube, Agenda Free TV 2. Hello, everyone out there, and thank you to all of our moderators. We will see. We've had some issues. I know last time we tried to do this, we had some issues where like the YouTube Autobot started hiding the broadcasts. So if that happens again, I'll have to restart. We'll have to see. For now it's going okay, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay. And hey, thanks, Tom, for your support. I really appreciate it. Tom Lavelle. Thank you, Tom. That's very nice of you. And hello, everybody watching in our chats, like Hannah Prescott, Hannah in Prescott, Fairy Goddess, I Hear Crickets, Pantafelder, Kelly Harper Boyd, and everybody else watching. Oh, I have to open up our other chat rooms as well before we get started here. Got some folks watching on Twitch, got some folks watching on Facebook. Hang on. Robin Cherry, Nancy Tatum, Leela Barker, and our Twitch viewers too. All right. Hey, this just happened. Like literally as I was coming on the air. So I'm guessing a lot of you know that finally last night President Trump signed the coronavirus stimulus help bill that he was saying he wasn't going to sign. He signed it last night. But President Trump also wanted the check that's going to go out to a fair number of Americans to be $2,000, not $600. Now, that is more something that generally congressional Democrats are into more than congressional Republicans. So the Democratic-controlled House has passed just a few minutes ago this bill that would increase the stimulus checks that people are getting sent to $2,000. Now, it had to pass by 2/3, so they had to get some Republicans to vote with them. My guess is that it's going to be have a hard time passing in the Senate, because Senate is controlled by Republicans, and we'll see. Marco Rubio, actually Republican senator today, said he is in support of the $2,000 checks. The bill faces an uphill battle in the GOP-run Senate despite Trump's support. Just to be clear, remember, congressional Democrats and Republicans spent months negotiating this bill, and Steve Mnuchin was negotiating on the part of the White House. And at no point before the bill was passed did President Trump ever come out supporting a $2,000 check, which he could have done. And then after Congress passed the bill, after months and months of negotiation, then President Trump released that video saying implying he wasn't going to sign it unless the checks increased to $2,000. But then he signed it last night. Let's see here. What is it? NBC News says the Democratic-controlled House of Representatives narrowly passed a bill to increase direct coronavirus relief payments to some people to $2,000, though the measure faces an uphill battle in the Republican-run Senate despite support from President Trump. The legislation would increase the $600 in direct payments to those who earn less than $75,000 last year to $2,000. Because the bill was brought up using an expedited procedure, it required a 2/3 majority to pass the House. Does it require 2/3 to pass the Senate as well? Trump insisted on increasing the payments after his own administration struck a deal for the $600 checks as part of a coronavirus relief and government spending package. Let's see here. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says every Senate is on board. Every Democrat in the Senate is on board, but Republicans control the Senate. Let's see here. I don't even know if the Senate's going to vote on it. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell made no mention of a possible vote on the additional relief in his statement today. Roy Blunt, chairman of the Senate Republican Policy Committee, told reporters last week even if the measure came up for a vote in the Senate, it would not reach the 60-vote threshold needed for passage. So it doesn't need 2/3 in the Senate. I guess it needs 60. One Senate Republican, Marco Rubio, said he would support the additional payments. So I don't know that this is going to pass the Senate. I think at this point it would be surprising if it passed the Senate. But I'm just letting you know, the House just passed it. Here's what Marco Rubio said. Marco Rubio, Republican in the Senate, said, oh, wait, hold on a second here. I thought he posted something about the $2,000 before. He says, given the chance, we'll vote to increase the amount. So, see, that's from Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio released the following statement regarding his support for increasing the amount of payments to Americans in need from $600 to $2,000. All right. He said Congress should quickly pass legislation to increase direct payments to Americans to $2,000. But I don't know that enough Republicans are going to support it. We'll see. Sky of the Universe, actually that payment, those checks are not just for people who've lost jobs. It's all based on income. The direct checks that are going to get sent out, currently the max is $600 from the new bill. It's all based on last year's income. There's other things in the bill with other support elements, but the direct check payments, the one-time direct check payment is just based on last year's income, as far as I understand it. Sky of the Universe says, in Canada, we have had $2,000 a month since this pandemic began. 40 ounce says $2,000 would be awesome, but I don't see it. James Jensen says under $75,000. Yeah, I think it's something like if you make less than $75,000 last year, adjusted gross income, then you get the full payment. And then it's something like for every $100 in income or every $1,000 in income, you knock like $100 off a payment or I don't know, it's something like that. It basically phases out. Kimberly Hopeful says, I need my money for sure. Yes, SF Bay Area fan John. I always get this. When we go on Agenda Free TV too, I always get people saying, you're not live on YouTube. No, we are live on YouTube. There are 2 YouTube channels. On YouTube, there's Agenda Free TV and Agenda Free TV 2. Once in a while on YouTube, we go on Agenda Free TV 2. So if you like Agenda Free TV, you should subscribe. On YouTube, you subscribe to Agenda Free TV 2. See, here's Agenda Free TV, and you click Channels, and you see Agenda Free TV 2. That's where we're live on YouTube right now. So subscribe to that if you subscribe to Agenda Free TV 1 on YouTube. The original Ace says, why not just stream on the 1? Well, why don't you go watch the whole video where I explained it on Agenda Free TV? There's a whole entire video about it on Agenda Free TV that you can watch. Here, look. Here, look. New channel. Introducing Agenda Free TV 2, second channel, more coverage. So you can watch this whole video on Agenda Free TV that explains it to you. See? There you go. So you can go watch that. We're taking your comments on the air during the broadcast too, at Lookner. Bunch of stuff to talk about today. Ian says, as someone who doesn't live in the U.S., can I ask you why Senate Republicans not vote for a bill supported by their own president? It's a fair question, but remember, the White House, again, this bill has been negotiated for months. So traditionally speaking in the U.S., you have Democrats want to spend more on assistance and Republicans want to spend less. It's not a normal Republican view to say, let's give poor people more money. Now, in this negotiation, the White House and Congress all negotiated for months and agreed on this bill. But once the bill was passed, who knows why? Some people think it's just because he was mad about losing the election. President Trump, all of a sudden, after the bill was passed and after his representative said he'd sign it, said, no, $600 is not enough. Let's increase for $2,000. That's something that's a position that Democrats would be happy with. Right after he said that, you had prominent Democrats coming out saying, let's do it. So the reason Senate Republicans are not voting for this bill, which is just an addendum to the bill that was passed, is because it takes a position that traditionally Republicans don't take, which is give more money to poor people. That's basically what it is, in simple terms. Whatever your opinion of the position, that's why they wouldn't vote for it, because they feel strongly about that position. Rhonda says it's BS. Why is it BS? Those kind of direct payments to poorer people are traditionally something that Democrats want more than Republicans. That's not a controversial statement. I didn't tell you what to think about it. I'm just telling you that's why they don't want to support it, even though the president wants it. It's not very complex. Okay, anyways. But it's a fair question. I mean, if you don't follow along with U.S. politics, you might wonder that from outside. So I understand the question. Yeah, Kirk Spaziani says, I love how Steve can say a straight up fact and you're all going nuts. Exactly. It's literally what I just said is just the most common knowledge. It's just a basic fact about U.S. politics for decades. But because it's about politics, people just feel like they have to yell at you. It's the most obvious fact. It's an utterly uncontroversial statement. It's amazing. I want to talk about. I wasn't even going to talk about that first. I wasn't even going to talk about it first, but it happened. So I want to talk about some Nashville stuff. Let's talk about the Nashville stuff. Okay. Yeah. C. Michelle Sparks says stuff everyone knows, not controversial at all. What are my thoughts about the pork in the bill? I don't know the specifics about that, but every big spending bill has pork. This is no different, and President Trump had months to say anything, and he didn't say anything about it until the bill was passed. So clearly he was just mad about something. He didn't participate in the negotiation, and he just started freaking out about it after the bill was passed. That's just an obvious truth, okay? Didn't say anything. His own representatives negotiated with Congress. They all passed the bill. His own representative said he signed it, and then all of a sudden he comes out with this video saying, "I'm not going to sign it." Then he signs it anyway. But he had months to say something about it, and he didn't. So if you're saying, well, what about the pork in this bill? If you're saying that because President Trump said it, well, he had months to complain about it, and he didn't. And I'm guessing he didn't feel that strongly about it if he only talked about it after it was passed and he lost the election. So if he were really that upset about the pork in the bill, he should have been talking about it before it passed, passed and after his negotiators helped negotiate it and say he'd signed it. All right, let's talk about Nashville. Let's move on. Oh, hold on. Hey, breaking news. Breaking news. One of the officers who responded to the explosion had been issued a body camera just days earlier. Here is what he saw and heard. Ooh, I don't know. Hang on a second. This is body camera footage. Now, hang on. Let me see what this is. So this is a video. Nashville police have released they just released a body camera video of what one of the officers saw on Christmas Day. So let's watch some of this.
What's up, Timothy?
I'm going to keep it inside the Twitter thing. So this is public domain, right? This is put out by the police, so I can show you the whole video. The thing is, if it's a YouTube video, so there might be a weird thing if I actually play a YouTube video on another YouTube video. The automated system might think I'm stealing a video I'm not supposed to be stealing. So I just for simplicity's sake, I'm allowed to play it, but I'm going to play it inside the Twitter box. But you can. I posted the link. This just came out right now.
Hey man, we take a body. We got a conversation.
415B9 to 411 Charles.
So you're not doing anything wrong, okay? You're not in trouble, but there is something serious happening down the roadway.
Go for 11.
Okay? Do you mind going down to Second and
Where do they need to go when they are evacuating the building? I've got Second Commerce and the property managers want to know where they need to go.
Anywhere but the 2nd Avenue side, preferably the 1st Avenue side.
10-9.
As long as they don't go to the 2nd Avenue side, should be okay.
3593.
10-4.
I want you to notice something. What you're hearing in the background of this video right now is you're hearing the announcement you can hear the announcement from the RV. You can hear the announcement from the RV. That's what's playing in the background right here. This is crazy. There's the RV, I think. I think there it is. Right? Wow. That's really crazy.
That's so weird. That's like something out of a movie.
Like The Purge.
Yeah.
Keep watching the videos.
Allow it.
This is so crazy. We just saw them walk. I mean, that thing could have exploded when they walked right by it. It's just crazy. That's the AT&T building they just walked by.
Well, in the meantime, I found out that that building that it's next to is the building that houses all the hard lines for phones throughout the southeast.
Makes sense. Good spot to put a bomb.
Take a ride up on Tuesday.
What?
Take a ride on the fifth.
Need fire on standby at this time. Okay. Fire medical down here just went off. Fire medical signal 10. Whew.
On 1 second here. I almost want to do another video on this. I kind of think we should do its own, like an agenda-free TV video on this. What do you think? I think maybe we should do its own video, and we can watch the video there. But I kind of think it deserves its own coverage. Will you guys be upset if I do that? I think I might do a stream on agenda-free TV. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna end this stream right now. It's gonna be short, and then I'm gonna come back on the air in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I just gotta get it set up, and we will 10-15 minutes, and we will do another stream on agenda-free TV in about 10 minutes. Okay. By the way, thanks Sky of the Universe for your donation too. I didn't even see it there. Thanks Sky of the Universe. I appreciate that. Oops. So let me. No, it's not stealing the feed because that's a public domain. It's released by the police, so you're allowed to actually play it. It's public domain. Okay, so I'm going to quickly thank you, moderators, viewers. Let me wrap this up, and I'll be back on Agenda Free TV in about 10-15 minutes. Okay, we'll see you over at Agenda Free TV.